Hey viewers and friends, Andrew back again, and this is my 90s kids and family video. This is a follow-up to my 80s kids and family movies video where I talked about some of my favourite kid and family movies from the 80s. I've decided to do a follow-up one for the 90s. There were a ton of fantastic kid and family movies from the 90s, and in all honesty I think the early to mid 90s are completely forgotten about. A lot of people really forget how many great movies were released throughout that 4 or 5 years. So yeah, I'm sure I'm going to show quite a lot of movies that you guys remember. Hopefully we get some good interaction happening, and feel free to do video responses. So I recommend all of these movies, so if you haven't seen any that I'm about to show, definitely check them out. These are in no particular order. The first one we have is Don't Tell Mum the Babysitter's Dead. Just a completely hilarious sort of family comedy movie about a family that their mum's gone off for work, and basically something happens to their babysitter. Well, she obviously dies, and yeah, the kids and the teenagers in the family are basically left by themselves to look after the house pretty much. Really fun time. The next one is Heavyweights. This has quite a lot of fans, but I do think it's fairly underrated. It's got a lot of the cast from the Mighty Ducks movies. This is great about a group of teenagers at fat camp. The next one you could consider more as a drama, I guess, but it is The Cure with Joseph Mazzello and Brad Renfro. This movie is absolutely amazing, considering the theme behind it and the age of the actors. Absolutely amazing performances in this one. Basically, this one is about a young boy with AIDS and his friends trying to help him find a cure over a summer. So yeah, definitely one to check out. I think it's absolutely brilliant. The next one is The Indian in the Cupboard. This is another one that I can remember growing up on, and I still do enjoy it a lot. It's also one that I never hear too many people mention, but yeah, if you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend it. The next one, I actually saw this in theatre, and it is Free Willy. This is pretty much essential to any 90s kid and family collection, in my opinion. Really inspiring movie. The next one is an absolute classic, and that is Dennis the Menace. This was another one that I saw in theatre, and this is really good, and it still holds up pretty well actually too. I do watch it from time to time, but yeah, if you're a fan of the classic Dennis the Menace comics or cartoons and you haven't seen this one, this is a very good live action adaptation of it. The next one is pretty much essential for any collection, in my opinion. Home Alone 1 and 2, both just as good as each other, I think, but this is definitely where the series ends for me. But yeah, I'm sure everyone's seen these movies, but if you haven't, you really need to go out and pick them up. The next one's another one that I don't hear mentioned too many times, and that is Major Payne. This one is absolutely hilarious, kind of crude for a family movie. There is some bad language in it, but it's just a ton of fun about these sort of ragtag army cadets who are like at a military school. They get sort of pulled into line by Major Payne, played by Domain Waynes, I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, sorry. But yeah, this is pretty good. The next one could also be considered more of a drama than a family one, but I definitely wanted to include it because it is sort of kid focused, and I think it is an absolutely amazing movie that everyone needs to see, and that is The War with Kevin Costner and Elijah Wood. in my opinion, this is Elijah Wood's best performance. He was probably only around 11, 12 or 13 upon shooting this, and yeah, amazing performances. Kevin Costner was really, really good in this one as well. Basically, this centres around the whole theme of war. It's set in a small Mississippi town in the summer of 1970, and it's about a family. They're trying to, well, Kevin Costner's character, he's the father, he's trying to get over traumatic events that happened to him in the Vietnam War, and then his children are at war with some local bullies. Fantastic southern dialogue in this one. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing, and more people need to check it out. The next one is another fairly underrated one, and it's an Irish movie, and it's War of the Buttons. This is a fantastic little Irish gem. Again, I don't think too many people would have seen this movie or perhaps heard of it, but absolutely amazing, about two groups of preteen boys from two different neighbouring Irish villages. They go at war with each other, and as trophies they cut off the buttons, ties and belts of their enemies. So really, really good, a lot of fun. There's a lot of funny moments in it. Highly recommended. The next one, or the next four actually, are the Three Ninjas movies. These are pretty corny, pretty cheesy, especially now going back to them, especially the sequels. But the original one is really, really good. It's kind of a little bit similar to Home Alone, but not exactly. About these three brothers who are trained by their grandfather in martial arts, and basically they get kidnapped, and yeah, they have to fight the bad guys pretty much. And it's sort of the same storyline as the sequels go on. So you've got Three Ninjas Kick Back, Three Ninjas Knuckle Up, and Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain. Unfortunately, High Noon at Mega Mountain, the characters were completely different, and it's definitely the worst in the series. I think the best sequel was Three Ninjas Kick Back, the one where they go to Japan. The next one could also be considered a drama, and that is Lord of the Flies. This is definitely more sort of kid and family focused, I think, and yeah, it's a pretty good one about these group of young cadet boys who are stranded on an island, and yeah, it's just about them trying to survive the more sort of harsh conditions taking over, and some of them turn into pretty sadistic characters. So Lord of the Flies, classic. Now the 90s, especially the early 90s, there were a lot of great kids sport movies out, and definitely the best. They definitely don't make them like that anymore. In fact, they don't really make really, really good kid and family movies anymore. They're all pretty lame in my opinion, the more recent ones. But anyway, to start things off with the kid and family sport movies, we have The Sandlot. Definitely the best. If you have not seen this one, please pick it up immediately. It's just an absolute classic. Love it. The next one is a Disney one, which I never really hear too many people talk about, but I highly recommend it. It is absolutely hilarious, and it also has a lot of the cast from The Sandlot in it, and that is The Big Green. Look at that cover art with the goalie getting kicked in the nuts with the ball. This one is a ton of fun. It's definitely got that Walt Disney fun quality to it. It's about a small Texas town. The kids there are pretty much no-hopers, so the new exchange student gets them involved in soccer, gets them in a soccer competition, and yeah, basically, your tried and true sports movie formula. They start off shit, and then they make it to the finals. So nothing too original there, but it's still a really fun movie and definitely one of my favourite soccer movies. The goalie is hilarious. Basically, he hallucinates whenever the opposition is about to take a shot at goal, and yeah, whatever the team name is, like there's the Knights, so he hallucinates that a whole group of knights on horses are charging at him and stuff like that. Absolutely hilarious, love it. Then the last one that I own a physical copy of that I'm going to talk about is Little Giants. Again, I kind of think this is fairly underrated. I don't know if this was, yeah, this one wasn't a Walt Disney one, it's Warner Brothers, and it stars Ed O'Neill and Rick Moranis. Basically, they're opposing football or gridiron coaches, and both of their teams end up playing off to decide who's going to become the team for the town, pretty much. A lot of funny moments, and yeah, really good. So they're all the ones that I own, but there's plenty of others, like the Mighty Ducks series, that they were really good ice hockey movies. There's a few other less well-known ones that I don't actually own. There's one called Josh and Sam. That was awesome. I loved that movie. I think that's only available on VHS, about two brothers who go on the run in a really nice red sports car. There's another similar one called Motorama, about a kid called Gus who goes cross country, runs off from home in search of Motorama tickets, which is like a sort of service station game thing that's happening in America at the time. Yeah, I'm sure I'm leaving some great ones off, but they're pretty much all I can sort of think about at the moment, and all the ones that I own in the way of kid and family movies from the 90s. But yeah, definitely leave comments if there's any extra ones that you love. Let me know, and I'd definitely be keen for some video responses. So that's it, and thanks a lot for watching.